Education. In my opinion, education is a form of learning in which knowledge, skill, and habits of a group of people are transferred from one generation to the next through teaching, training, and research.
Education is a process which make a human become humanized, from don't know something to become knowing something, and then know something in a little part or partially becomes master something, become less behavior to be more behavior.
So, the quality of education in Indonesia focusing too much on theory than application. Why I prefer to say that? We take some on the physics subject. In junior and high school, we know that we are taught about so many formulation without knowing the function and application in the society. And not all of the school in Indonesia provide the laboratorium equipment. And throughout the 3 years of learning physics, it will be waste because we learn about the theory than application.
Okay, for the education in junior and high school is, I think it's not good, or I can say it's still bad. Exactly for the process and the evaluations. I think the process is not good enough because the student is still studying about the theoretical, not contextual. So the student just know about the theory. And the evaluations, I think is still bad because the student is just to decide the graduation is not from the competence, but what the student they have that about the value, the mark. When the student get bad marks, the student will not grade it. The students of junior and high school only focus on the marks. They get good score, not for the what they can do or what is the competence of themselves.
Okay, in my opinion about the surplus of Indonesia education is in moral value, culture, theory education, and religions. This can be seen in the fact that Indonesia has won numerous in international academic Olympiad.
I think in Indonesia, the education itself is more focusing on the theory, not to the application. For example, if we compare with Japan, Japan is more focused on the research and to develop their knowledge to be useful in their daily life and to develop their country. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, they're focusing on prestige. For example, like winning Olympiads or something.
In my opinion, the ideal education is the balanced education that includes the education of the theory and its application. Therefore, aside from the theory, the student can also apply it in the real life. For example, in physics, there are lessons about the equilibrium. To give the theory and formula, the teacher should tell the student to apply it in the real life, so the student would quickly understand.
In my opinions, the good education or the best education for me is we as a teacher, I think I should know what the competence of the students. So the first things that I should do is I should know what is the student can do for themselves. So I should do the evaluation to measure what's the competence of the student. For example, the students just can do to for play sports. We should increase the students' competence in sports. When the students can do in another subjects, we must increase in that subjects. I think that is good education.
So in my country, in Indonesia, education system start from the kindergarten for 1 or 2 years, and then we go to the elementary school for the 6 years, and then we go to the junior high school for the 3 years. Next, we go to the senior high school for the 3 years again, and finally we can choose to get a job or we can go to the university. That is education system in my country. How about in another country?
There are 3 forms of school. We have elementary school, this is 4 years. Then middle school, it's 3 more years, and then you go to college. And after this, university. And you're finished with, when you go to college, the end is about 18 or 19. And then you have to study, or belongs what you study. That takes longer or shorter. And you're finished when you study with almost 26, 27.
This is sure, it's very strange and hard, hard working. Yeah, it takes 12 years, and then you can study on university, and it takes also 6 years, 5 years.
Okay, so regarding the advices to all the students in Indonesia, for all advices and suggestions or messages, I'm not really gonna make it long about it, but to all the students in Indonesia, you should somehow do the things that you truly like, that you truly dedicate to, so that it won't bring you so much burden or so much difficulties. Because if you do things that you truly like, it will run much more smoothly, and it will lead you somehow to the much more path that you truly deserve. That's all, I think. So you should do the things that truly emanate from the deepest of your heart.
For my advice for the all of students in Indonesia is, I think this is a simple sentence: do your best for yourself, because what you do is not for us, but that is for yourself. So when you increase your competence to do some things, that is not for me, but that is for you. I think that is my suggestion for all students in Indonesia.
If you are not good enough in academic, for example, if you don't like mathematics, you don't have to be master in that if you don't like it. Just be master of what you like actually.
So the conclusion is, education brings much advantages such as give people practical skill, help people work better, help fight the spread of the diseases, and encourages transparency, good governance, and stability. So, don't miss education in your life, and pursue education as much as you can.